Hey folks, it's Rick Claus here coming to you from Microsoft Campus, and I happened to track down a couple of my friends on the Windows Server team who wanted to share some really cool info with you. Want to do a quick little introduction?
Yes, hi. Hi, Rick.
Hey.
I'm Priya Satheesh from the server team. I'm a PM in the server team, and that is my colleague,
Matt Wilson, as a software engineering manager on Windows Admin Center or Windows Server. Nice. We got some stuff to share today.
Okay, so spill the beans. Priya, what do you want to make sure everyone knows about what's happening at Microsoft Ignite around the Windows Server space?
We are super excited to share and talk more about the conversion tool that's coming up in Windows Admin Center. That's already there in Windows Admin Center.
Okay.
So the conversion tool is available as public preview right now as an extension in Windows Admin Center. And this is going to be a really lightweight and easy way for VMs to move from any existing hypervisor to Hyper-V or Windows Server.
Okay, very, very cool. Now, if we're talking a conversion tool, the first thing I'm going to think about is what do we have to do? Is there some kind of an appliance or is there some kind of an agent that we have to install? Is it kind of invasive like that or what's the scoop?
So that's kind of actually the really cool thing is there's no agent, there's no appliance. All you need is Windows Admin Center and the extension. You download it and in 5 minutes you're up and converting your VMs.
Oh, nice, nice. Okay, so once the VM is actually moved over and it's working, it's converted, do you have to worry about doing like extra tasks or removal of tools or functionality or stuff like that?
Oh, not at all, Rick. It's very straightforward. We use the change block tracking APIs that is actually going to do the data replication from the source to the destination host. So once we have the initial replication happening, during which the virtual machine is all online and business continues as usual, it's only at the cutover phase where we bring down the virtual machine and then we do a delta replication and boom, we turn on the virtual machine on the destination host. And all of this happens so that we could keep the downtime really, really minimal as part of this process. And there is business continuity as much as possible during this entire process.
Nice. Okay, that's kind of cool.
One thing that I'd like to call out is if anything goes wrong on the destination side and if the VM does not come up for any reasons, we will bring up the virtual machine on the source side.
Oh, okay. So virtually no data loss.
Exactly.
And you've got a backup in case something goes wrong.
Absolutely.
Excellent. Yeah. Okay, now target-wise, we mentioned the Hyper-V side of things. And I know that my friends over in the Azure Local world are kind of going to be asking me this question. Does this work with Azure Local at this point in time?
It is not. We're not going to be targeting Azure Local. You should be using the
Azure
portal and Azure Migrate for those for getting into Azure Local.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Well, where should we send people if they want to know more information, or what should they go do to be able to go off and try something like this?
Well, like Priya mentioned, it's already out in public. Yeah. So all you need is Windows Admin Center and hit our public extension feed. So if you go to the extension settings, inside of the settings for Windows Admin Center, you can search for VM conversion preview, download and install it, and that's all you need. And then you can just point it at your source and start pulling your VMs over.
Nice. Now, because it is Microsoft Ignite season, I know that you're going to be speaking at Microsoft Ignite. Are you going to have like a session that talks more about this?
Yes, definitely. We have a very focused session that will have more cool demos that shows this tool, and also what are the latest capabilities that we have added since our last release. So I highly recommend that folks who are interested in this tool and want to know more about modernizing their infrastructure should attend the session BRK142, which is happening on Tuesday, the 18th of November at 2:30.
That's awesome. So because it's Tuesday, it'll be available for both in-person peoples, that's interesting, as well as the digital audience too.
Absolutely.
So if you're not at Ignite, make sure you go register and you can watch this online and also available after the fact too.
Absolutely. Yes, right.
Fantastic. Now, any closing thoughts or any URLs that people should go to or anything else before you wrap this up?
Yeah, we want to ask them to take a look at the tech community blog post that has a lot of additional details, and there's also MS Learn public documentation on this tool, which is a good resource that people could use to get started with. And of course, they can always reach back to us for any questions or comments on this. Yeah.
Nice. One thing I will say, if you do have any other additional questions or you want to be able to share some ideas on things you'd like to know more about, You can always comment below. Definitely check out that blog post. And hey, thank you so much for taking the time to go for a stroll.
Yeah, thank you, Rick, for your time.